Don't fight your shy behavior, just let it go. So sometimes you want to be fully expressive, but you can't. You're trapped in your head, you're trapped in your thoughts. You want to be fully expressive, be that version of you that can just talk to anyone, anywhere. But the frustration is that you're in your head, you don't know what to say, you feel like you have to be this version of yourself and you're fighting yourself and you can't just quite get the words out. Maybe you go to a party and you're just trapped. You're in the prison of your mind. And this is really frustrating because you know that when you're around friends that you can express to, it's really easy. But as soon as it matters or means something, you can't quite get the words out and you're stifled and you're in your head, like I said, and it's just torture because it feels like a prison. And it doesn't need to be like this. A big part of the problem is being identified as shy. So a lot of guys will say to themselves, I am shy. I am the type of person who is shy. I'm just an introvert. It's just the way I am. So then they try to overcome this identification by pushing through and being somebody else, when really this shyness is just a protection system. The shyness or the shy behavior is a part of them that wants to keep them safe. So what do? They try to invent another part of them, the confident version, to fight with the shy part. So you have this internal war of sometimes you're shy and sometimes you're confident, and this just doesn't work. So many years ago when I started studying psychology and actually working on myself in this way, I realized that I couldn't overcome my shy behavior by just pushing through. It didn't work. I discovered a much more effective method to be able to go out, speak to whoever I want, and feel completely free doing so. But it didn't come from fighting myself, it didn't come from pushing through, and it didn't come from reps or willpower or discipline. It came from the understanding that I'm sharing with you in this video. The first thing to realize is that when you have that tense, nervous feeling or the nervous energy, that is actually a part of you that's protecting you, is saying don't make a mistake, because it could mean that you get exposed. And the reason that you have that is probably from a very young age. You don't have to go into that, but you have to understand why it's doing that. It's working for you, not against you. The next thing to realize is that tension will be producing a story about what will happen if you put yourself out there. Now, the thing is that the story is so convincing that we use the story to justify why we don't go and speak to whoever we want. So the story is constantly playing, but the problem is not the story. The problem is how much we believe the story, how much we believe the thoughts. So I get it. It's really difficult. If you're in a situation where you're at a party, you want to be social, or you see a woman you want to go and speak to, that story is so convincing because we've always been identified with it. What you want to start doing is training your ability to see the story. And the story, there's a gap. Before the story is being played, you'll have a couple of seconds to quickly spot what the mind is going to do. And when you're able to take a step back and be like, there's the story, there it is, you're able to watch the story. And when you're watching the story, you're no longer in the story. That's what it means to be identified with your mind. When you're identified with your mind, you don't know you're identified with your mind. It's literally like being crazy, right? It's like being stuck in this mental movie that you're playing about what could happen or what happens if you do it. And even if you do it, you go and overcome this fear, and then you speak to whoever you want, then you start self-attacking because you didn't do enough. So once you figure this out and apply the method that I'm teaching here, which I don't see many other people teaching, once you understand this, the results can be amazing. You can let go. You can go out, you speak to whoever you want. And yes, there might still be the story. There might still be even that nervous energy. But that nervous energy and that tension won't be running your life anymore. And it's amazing because once you stop fighting yourself, then amazing things happen, because that's when you let go. That's when you're free. That's when you're free to express to whoever you want. And the results are incredible. You don't have to live in the prison of your nervous energy or your shyness. You don't have to identify with the role of being shy anymore. The truth about you is, probably as you're watching this and you don't realize that, is that you are confident already. You have that inside of you. It's just been buried. It's just blocked. There's just layers of conditioning and lessons that you're not. You spoke up in class, you got told off, or you were told by your parents not to be loud or not to express yourself, or you feel like that there is something that you cannot put out there in the world because it will get exposed. And I'm here to tell you that all of that is a lie. It's all in your head. Now, I know that maybe you don't want to hear that, but there is a way around that. There is a way of understanding that, so that when you do let go, you can go out, you can speak to whoever you want, and it feels freeing. It feels amazing. And it just takes a little bit of awareness training. There are ways to practically integrate and do certain exercises that will actually free you from this prison in your mind. So if you want to learn more about this, then join my group. Go to the link below, check it out. There's plenty of practical exercises in that group. There's a video course. There's everything you need to start this new journey and start to actually let go of the shy version of you. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and then go to this video here if you found this helpful.